Home Advisor is one of the biggest scams out there. Bye, honey. I love you.
Love you.
Bye. See you soon. Alright, guys. So as you can see, I had to leave the girl today. It's always tough, but you know, at the end of the day, I gotta come home. Gotta come back and do some work while she's off at college. So anyway, guys, the topic for today's video is Home Advisor, and I think you guys should definitely stay tuned because there's a lot of information in here that you might not know.
Missing someone.
I personally think that Home Advisor is one of the biggest scams out there that contractors can get wrapped up into. And I just want to, voice my opinion to you guys and give you guys some of the research that I've done in order to maybe at least stop one person from joining Home Advisor. At the end of the day, I'm just here to help you guys out. That's my overall goal, is to just help the community out. They reel you in with this seemingly good plan of, they put you on their website, they give you leads all the time, they get you more business basically. One of the quick things that you can find out about Home Advisor is that in 2006, October 2006, they changed their name from Service Magic to Home Advisor. The reason they changed their name, they won't tell you that this is the reason they changed their name, but the reason they changed their name is because they had thousands upon thousands of lawsuits with different contractors and different businesses that they had signed up for their program. So instead of addressing the issue and changing their business model, they just decided to change the name. Why not? Seems like a good idea, right? Wrong. What they do is they reel you in with these good prices. They tell you they're going to give you leads, but only leads that benefit you as a contractor, as a business owner. A lot of times these leads can be fake, completely fake. These people that you call have no idea what Home Advisor is. Also, a lot of the times they give you 15, 20 leads in a week. That can add up to around $200-300 depending on how much each lead is that you get. And most of the time you probably only end up booking around 1 or 2 of those out of 20. So if you take that cost into consideration, it's kind of a bad deal. Actually, it's a really bad deal.
Missing someone. Is as normal. Missing someone.
I want to give a quick shout out to the YouTube channel Roofing Insights on YouTube here. He did a lot of research on Home Advisor after he had been scammed by them personally, and he even got to talk to an employee that was working there, telling him how much they scam contractors, and that the fact that she was feeling like she needed to quit after 2 months of working there just because of how much they scam people, and she was having trouble sleeping at night. If that doesn't throw up a red flag there, then I don't know what will. I wish I could have recorded the call, but I was talking with someone on Home Advisor last week on Friday. Her name was Natalie, and her office, I believe, was in Denver, Colorado, or somewhere in Kansas. I can't remember, one of those two. Anyway, I was talking to Natalie, and I get these calls around once or twice a month, wanting them to sign me up for Home Advisor. And I was talking to Natalie. She was kind of pitching me on it. I hadn't really done my research on it, but I actually decided to listen this time. So I listened, and I decided, you know what, I'm gonna think about it. I'll go home, research about it, and I'll call you back. What I found when I researched was that every single review on YouTube, on the internet, was a poor review. Was saying that they were scammed, that they were charged way too much for leads, that when they tried to cancel their service, they couldn't cancel. They would say that they were canceling their account and they never would. So I just decided to not call Natalie back. Natalie calls me on Monday morning at 10 a.m. I answer the phone because I know exactly who it is, more than likely, right? It's an out-of-state number, right? That's the only logical thing I can think of. I answered the phone. She asked me why I didn't call her back. I tell her that I did some research and I didn't really like what I found. A lot of people getting scammed, contractors wanting to back out but not being able to. And I just didn't want to be wrapped up in something like that. As a small business, you know, getting scammed once could kind of put my company under. She comes back with all this stuff about, you know, as soon as people have a bad experience, they go to the internet and write a review, a poor review. Of course they do, right? I mean, why wouldn't you? If you have a bad experience with someone, more than likely, if you're a contractor, you want to tell other contractors, hey, this person did me wrong, don't do business with them, and you're just trying to save your fellow contractors. So I watched these videos by Roofing Insights and a couple other reviews on YouTube, and I made the logical decision to stay far, far away from Home Advisor. From what I've found on Home Advisor, most of the time what you get is fake leads, people that don't even know what Home Advisor is when you call them. Sometimes those people will even write bad reviews on your Google website because they don't know why you're calling them and how you got their number. This is just poor for business, right? I mean, why would you want to call someone that doesn't even know why you're calling them or how you got their phone number or their address? That just looks poor for your business. That looks just bad all around. So at the time that I was talking about how they changed their name from Service Magic to Home Advisor in 2006, and about how I've seen so many videos on YouTube about people being scammed by Home Advisor, she started to do the classic, well, you're cutting out, I can't really hear you very much. So I finally just told Natalie, you know what, you can save your time, I'm not going to sign up for your service, but I would also very much encourage you to do some research on your company that you work for. And maybe your findings would make you consider leaving the company. I think if a lot of the employees at Home Advisor knew how much they were actually scamming people, they might not want to work there anymore. Of course, there's always going to be those people that just like scamming people. So that's why these companies like Home Advisor will most likely always exist. But if we can band together here on YouTube and in the community, and we can express these issues and show what these companies are doing, then we might be able to take them down altogether. So even though this is a video that I don't really want to have to make, I felt it was necessary for me to do so because I want to help out my fellow contractors and I don't want to see anyone getting scammed out there. This is a time where we need to come together as contractors and business owners instead of just keeping our information to ourselves. We need to help each other out. The economy is right around the best it's ever been and everyone's growing, and I just don't want to see anyone get scammed out of a lot of money. That'd be awful. I know I would feel terrible. I'm glad I didn't join Home Advisor. And if this video that I make, only if it can keep one person from joining Home Advisor, that makes me happy. I just know that I couldn't sleep at night knowing that some of my fellow contractors are being scammed out there and that I could have done something about it, or at least tried to do something about it. So this is me trying to do something about it. So later on tonight when I get home, I will give you some more of the figures. I can show you online some of the reviews that I was reading. I can also give a better shout out to Roofing Insights on his channel, and I can just kind of generally recap. So we'll pick it up there. Stay tuned first, guys.
Missing someone. Love with all your heart. Missing someone.
Too exciting, it is a stereo power button.
How do I look, guys?
Gay!
Alright guys, so there's two here that I want to bring to your attention. This one's from October 27, 2018, so only a few days ago. I wouldn't recommend if you have any integrity. Worked at Home Advisor full-time, less than a year. Basically, this goes on to say that they don't train their staff very well, that they're just not very good at training their staff. The training is pretty terrible. And then down here he goes on to say, Home Advisor functions through loopholes and it never seems to benefit the contractor. Doing the right thing doesn't seem to exist when it comes to returning money to a service professional. Now when I see that kind of throws me for a loop, saying he's basically saying that they scam people. Another one right up here, senior sales representative. This is October 8th, 2018, so pretty recent still. Down here, this is basically saying the pros, and they have lunch, casual dress, whatever. This says there's no growth, all that kind of stuff. Cold call, they make up to 250 calls a day. That's pretty awful. And another one is gossip and unprofessional nature around the office, which, I mean, I don't want to be involved with a company that runs that way and feels like you're in a high school. I mean, that's another big red flag, just saying, you know, I don't want to work with a company that is going to run like that, that's going to have people acting like they're in high school and gossiping in the office. Alright guys, so here's what I was talking about with Home Advisor used to actually be called Service Magic, right here. In October 2012, Service Magic was rebranded as Home Advisor. So, if you really look up Service Magic, and we can do that here, let's do that right now. Let's look up lawsuit. July 19th, 2016 was filed a class action lawsuit on behalf of home service professionals against defendants, a media internet conglomerate, and its operating business Home Advisor, formerly Service Magic, for deceptive, coercive, and unfair business practices related to Home Advisor's lead generation services and purported benefits of membership programs. Right here, in the first amended complaint that was filed on November 14, 2016, alleges on the behalf of the plaintiffs and a class of home service professionals that defendants acquire, generate, and charge home service professionals for leads that are not from targeted, serious, qualified, and or project-ready homeowners. As a result, home service professionals paid an annual membership program fee and hundreds of thousands of dollars for leads comprised of wrong and disconnected phone numbers and contact information, persons who never even heard of Home Advisor, stale leads, contacts for homes that were listed for sale, and contacts for vacant or non-existing residences. So basically what they're saying here, guys, is that it doesn't just end with the bogus leads. They say that some of these practices happen, and it's not just limited to these, but one is using a heavy-handed and coercive means to solicit new members for membership programs. 2, concealing and omitting material information about substantial fees. And number 3, blatantly disregarding home service professionals' lead parameters and budgets. 4, distributing the same lead to more than 4 home service professionals. And 5, adopting uniform internal procedures intended to deny and discourage refunds and or lead credits. So basically what this is saying, guys, I know you guys probably understand all of these, except if you don't know a lot about Home Advisor, this one might get you a little bit here. So what this means is Home Advisor guarantees you when you sign up that they will send each lead to no more than 3 other contractors than you. I have heard a ton of stories where people will book estimates, they'll book going over to check on someone's house, what they want them to do, and they will already have had 5 or 6 people over at that house to give estimates. Now, Home Advisor promises you they only send it to 3 other people, so there should be a max of 3 people that got there before you. And there's been people that have gone there and have 5 or 6, 7, 8 people already come and check out the property. Alright guys, so there you have it. I've given you some information on Home Advisor. You can look up some more information on Home Advisor for yourself. It's up to you to make this decision though. Do you want to go with Home Advisor? It's your business. It's your responsibility. So I encourage you to stay far away from Home Advisor. I would not go with their service at all. But it is up to you at this point, and I hope you guys learned something from this video. I just know that I couldn't sleep well at night knowing that I knew this information and not sharing it with you guys. So if I can help just one person stay away from Home Advisor, that makes me happy. But anyway guys, I'm going to go ahead and end this one here. If you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and do that, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Later. Oh yeah, never forget guys, always do what you love.
Someone is as normal.